I'm a gallerist, and I feel like now that artists have such a presence on social media, for example, they're carving out their own, audiences and support systems. So how has having that social media persona changed over the years, and where is it at today? And does everybody on this table sort of agree that having that is important and sort of a relevant mode to connect with your audiences? And does that, sort of make it easier for younger artists today or harder? Like, is the level of competition less, more? And is this going to make gallerists null and void?
I think I still question it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Some days I'll wake up and I'll be like, I don't think I have enough
content.
I mean, content. Maybe I have a lot of content that I'm not wanting to throw up to the world.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I have 1K followers or Instagram, and I'm just like, maybe it's not important. But some days I'll be like, maybe I need to show my face a little bit more. So I don't know, actually. I still question it. I would like to know from people who have.
Yeah, we have a lot of these.
No, it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate, honestly. It has its ups, it has its downs. But I mean, the reality is that it's a medium as artists for us to tell our stories to people. I mean, when I put up a show at a gallery, I want people to come see my work. So I just use that screen as one of those mediums where my reach is outside of the people that I would invite to a physical space. Of course, the experiences are both different, but I'm able to kind of democratize my art through having more people engage, view, understand me, my work. So I feel like I'm able to bridge that gap between me and a viewer that doesn't have access to, say, coming to this particular gallery or wherever else I show, right? So I feel like it's important because it is the reality of the world we live in today. We are so glued to our screens. It's where we consume most of our content that it's also become an opportunity for us as artists to show our work and bring in more opportunities to ourselves as well. So,
but in that context, continue.
Yeah, so I'd say, that's the upside of it, but, you can also spiral downwards because it's also the same space where we are consuming content. At the same time we're consuming genocide, a meme, another artist's works, parallelly, we're consuming this parallelly. So it's kind of dystopian in that sense as well. And like she said, then you're spiraling into the follow count, the reach, all the other algorithmic dystopia that we shouldn't be affected by, but it's subconscious or conscious even sometimes. And it's a bit of a love-hate.
Fair.
I completely agree. It's a love-hate relationship. It does help with putting your work across for sure, but at the same time, your mind is just so scrambled when you're on it, and you're not able to follow through your thought. And as we sort of established previously, like, that is the USP of being an artist, right? It's your personal expressions, your personal thought processes that you're putting out there. But if you're constantly going to be stimulated, like, how does one actually continue that thought and put it forward in the most authentic form? And I also believe that, people then expect you to become content creators on Instagram, which is not, we work with galleries for a reason, so that we can just create our work and then not worry about sales or marketing,
Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning, that it's the dissemination of information then we'll handle.
Exactly.
You guys are in your own world, and that's like such a rich world.
Right. And Instagram takes that away from you then instantly.
But actually, I have a question for you, Sanjana.
Yeah, tell me.
In today's age, like right now, moving forward, would you, if you had two choices, would you work with an artist who has like no social media presence or nothing, against someone who has like a good narrative out there, and like how does that influence with you?
So actually, I'm
like
working.
with your colleagues or whatever.
No.
All chat, like.
I feel like I personally work with the full range, right?
Yeah.
I have Mr. Sachdev, and then I have like a lot of artists that just really also, by the way, I hope you guys realize you all are the few people that I know I could put on a panel like this and get you all to actually discuss this. A lot of artists don't want to talk about it, you know. They're very quiet, and it's very endearing, that as well, right? Because they don't want to speak a lot about their art. They just like to be in their studio and create, and they're not interested in telling anyone about what they're doing or creating an image. And I think that I like the fact that I have this range, because both are important, but it's also artist specific, right? Like the artist that doesn't want to speak, his work, like, you know, could be speaking volumes in a different manner, you know. And then there are some artists who the artist persona is so intricately tied to their work that the artist brand image has to kind of be out there as well. So I think that balance really depends from artist to artist, and I've always loved working with the whole spectrum of it.
So I work, you know, I didn't go to art school to study fine art. I studied advertising and design. So I understand the importance of branding in a way, right? Like, I mean, I kind of did that for a living with agencies. So I used to have a fashion brand, and I built it pre-Instagram era. And it gravitated towards a time when Instagram came into play. And it wasn't under my name. And eventually I realized that I didn't have an identity of my own as an artist. It was always my brand, and it always kind of preceded me. It was intentional at that point, you know, to not call it so-and-so by Jayesh. It was always the brand. But the way the world changed, I realized there was a need for me to have my identity be known to people, because when people see your work, they associate it with who you are, not just the visual of what they see, the story of what you represent. And I feel like that platform now of social media allows me to give people a slightly curated insight into what I want them to see or not see.